Yeah, right, come on, prediction time.
We've got lots to predict, haven't we?
Yes. Was it who said about the scoring?
Toby. Toby, yeah.
If Saints lose on Saturday, you've got to wear a shirt with Doug Lawton's face on it for the show.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
That or face Joffrey Archer.
I'd rather face Joffrey Archer.
Would you wear a helmet or one of them big floppy hats like the West Indian lads used to wear? Like Viv Richards?
I was up the back and curl up, looking at me.
Still hurt you.
And a box.
Well, if you actually got tight enough down behind your pads, you'd be alright, wouldn't you?
Nothing whatsoever with Doug Lawton.
Right, Challenge Cup final on Saturday. St Helens against Warrington, Gary Schofield.
Yes, we've mentioned regarding the Blake Austin situation, but it's all about St Helens and it's all about hard money for Saints, because Warrington cannot beat Saints because the St Helens pack is too big, too strong, too mobile.
Can I ask you a question, Gary?
Yes.
Do you think Blake Austin will play? That's your first prediction. Will Austin play, yes or no?
I don't think he will.
You don't think he will?
Right, I saw on Friday, I don't think he will.
Okay.
No. And then the half-backs, certainly the way Lomax and Theo Fives, that combination, that balance, exactly what I want to see in a half-back partnership from there, after the great work the forwards will do. And you look at the outside backs, Lachlan Coutier looks like he's going to play from there. He's brought a new dimension to it, team player, plenty of pace, loves scoring tries, he'll get it through the creativity. And I think this is just going to be a one-team victory easy. I just don't think Warrington can get anywhere near St Helens, and it's going to be easy. And I'm going St Helens by 24 points. And my Lance Todd Trophy winner, Tommy Makinson, I think he's going to get a hat-trick.
I think there's only one thing that can beat St Helens, and that's St Helens. I think if they succumb to the pressure of being overwhelming favourites, being back at Wembley for the first time for 11 years, being on a stage where Justin Holbrook's leaving, their performances this year deserve silverware. If that all gets to them and they don't play the way they've been playing, they can be beaten. If Warrington aren't conversely say, we've got nothing to lose here, no matter who's playing for us, let's go out and cause some havoc, they could win it. But I just think the confirmation for me came last Thursday night that it doesn't actually matter who St Helens play. I think the systems that they're playing at the moment, the manner in which Holbrook has got everybody working towards the common goal, that they will win it. That the young players that will come off the bench will not only maintain but might even increase the level of intensity. And I'm not sure that Warrington have got players coming off the bench that can do that. If they're patient, if they play to their strengths. And in some ways, I actually want them to win it because I've so enjoyed what St Helens have done this year. I think you don't deserve anything, you have to go out and win it. Yeah. But I think it would be great for that club to get the reward that I think their performances this year deserve, and I'd like to see them win on the biggest stage.
Does Austin play?
I think they've got a real dilemma. I'm not sure they can win if he doesn't, because I don't see how they score points. If he isn't fit, he's a liability if he does. I'd be tempted if I was Steve Price and I knew he wasn't going to play, to announce tomorrow that he's not playing. Invest in the guys who will be playing, whoever that is, and just say, go out there and do your best, guys. I wouldn't leave it till Thursday or Friday. I think the last person that we saw do that was Castleford when they played Leeds in 2014, and they spent so much time, would Hubie play, would Hubie not play, that even when he did play, the pressure on him was too great to do something, and it became a weak link in that the team suffered because we were waiting on the individual. So if it was me and he wasn't going to play, don't wait till a fitness test on Friday.
Okay, man of the match?
I have a feeling, I'd like it to be Lomax because I'm just enjoying the way that he plays, but I've just got a feeling that this might be James Roby's last hurrah. He's the only player from that team that has played at Wembley before. I think he's waited a hell of a long time to get back. I think they've nursed him through the last month, and his battle with Darryl Clark could be the highlight of the game, and if he comes out on top, I reckon he's got a chance of winning the Lance Todd Trophy.
Rich?
St Helens, isn't it? I was thinking about this the other night and thinking, we should have gone for Warrington because they've been so, not poor, but off it. Well, they've been poor, haven't they? They've lost 4 or 5 now, haven't they? They've been off it recently in Super League. But St Helens are 16 points clear at the top of the table. They're the best team we've seen all year, by far. I go back to the game at the Totally Wicked Stadium against Leeds early in the year, when they just stopped playing Leeds, St Helens because they knew they'd won the game. and they've got 3 games this year in which they don't have to do that. They've got the semi-final, they've got the grand final, and they've got this one. They can go out there and beat the St Helens, who I think we saw a lot of in that second half this week against Leeds. I know Leeds are a completely different opposition to Warrington, but the way Warrington's form's been at the moment, it's not that bad a comparison. Saints will win by plenty. I think the fact that we're recording this on Monday, bookmakers have got them as 8-point favourites. I think that's skinny. I'm going to go Saints by 16. That's a Lance Todd Trophy. People are going to find out who we voted for this year. So there's no secrets. Yeah,
apparently so, yeah.
So they would be releasing who's voting for who. So you can all send abusive tweets to me on Sunday morning, especially if you back the wrong person. I think, and this is how good Saints are. You said Lomax and Roby. You said Nathanson. I'm going to say Nakama. And I don't think Austin will play because I think you go back to 2014, Leeds versus Cass. I'm not saying it was the most important thing, but Cass risked Craig Hubie and it didn't work out. I don't think you can gamble on players' fitness in such a big game.
It is an interesting one for Warrington. Their form has fallen off a cliff. It really has. And
I think now that Wakefield have won, it's actually the worst form in Super League at the moment.
Yeah. So they are struggling, and I think if Austin, I just can't look past that interview last week. I can't. And if he's playing, then he's a bloody good poker player, you know. And if he's playing fit, fair play to him. And I hope he is. I want to see the best players playing. I'm taking him at face value. He looked like he'd lost £100 and found a penny. He's gutted, innit? He was gutted, and so he should be. He's missing out one of the biggest moments in his life. Can't look past Saints. I'm with you, Phil. They're the best team in the competition. I want the best team in the competition to win something. I think that will happen this week. I think, like you said, they put a marker down without even intending to on Thursday. They just said, look, it doesn't matter who they pick, they're going to win. I hope Warrington. I just think there's too many doubts about too many players, and I think the ones that are in doubt are not quite in the form they were early in the year. That's not to say they won't come into form later in the season. I'm wondering if their biggest thing at the minute is getting in the top 5 and what position they're going to be in the top 5. You know, they could be out of the playoffs in the first week anyway if they finish 4th or 5th. I'm going to go Saints, and you know what? I actually think it could be a bloodbath. I really do. I think they could just absolutely rip them apart.
I think the weather's predicted to be dry, so it'll be a fast track.
Is this Leeds Hull KR?
If Coop plays, I'm going Coop man of the match. And
do you think he's going to be fit?
Again, they've been really quiet on that. And you know, I'll say now, if he isn't, then the Saints have got a problem with Wellesby because he's no good under the eyeball. I've seen him twice. He can't catch a cold. Give him it to run, he's brilliant. And he can create and he's dangerous. But even Dec Patton can kick high balls and say, catch that, son. That could be the way in. So that's the proviso for me. If Coop doesn't play, then there's a little bit of light. But I'll go Coop man of the match if he plays. Just said earlier on, Warrington don't get beat by too many, but they're getting beat regularly, and I don't think Saints would take the foot off the gas. I'm going to go Saints by 30. I don't want that to happen. I don't Warrington they're all fully fit, and it's the best game I've seen all year. That's what I want to happen. But injuries, sport is not like that. You don't get fairy tales too often in sport. Saints win.
Steve Price, Simon Moran, Wolfie.
Yeah.
This up in your dressing room.
Or as Steve Price did the night, which was brilliant. Yeah.
That was good.
That's what he'll say to me. Wilson, I'm going to get you. Good. Steve, I'll see you Saturday. We must mention the other game, Sheffield Eagles Widnes in the AB Sundex 1895 Cup. Just quickly.
Yeah, they'll return the Cup Kings Widnes to Wembley, Sheffield. You know, they'll be, all the reminiscing of what they achieved against Wigan in '98. I think Sheffield will be up for this. I'm going Sheffield. I don't think much. I'm going Sheffield by 1 point.
I'm delighted for both teams.
Yeah.
I think this is a massive reward for hanging in there. Both of them could quite easily have gone out of business, but for some really committed and passionate individuals that have made sure both of these names have survived. I hope enough people hang around after the main game to at least give us some atmosphere. I think it's the least these two clubs deserve. I loved the way Widnes played in the semi-final against Lee. One of the best performances of the season. I don't know, this is a tough one to call. Sheffield, I don't think have huge aspirations to be in the 5. I think Widnes, because Barrow have lost again this week, probably just are safe from relegation, which was their main priority for this season. So they can both go out and enjoy themselves. Whilst I've got an affinity to Sheffield in the fact that I'm really pleased that Mark Aston gets his reward to go out on the Wembley surface again, I'm going to go Widnes by 4.
I'm going to go with Sheffield. Just because they are higher in the table. I've not seen either team play live apart from at the Summer Bash. I think I was tired at that and probably fell asleep. So I'm going to go with the Eagles just because they're higher in the table, and that's my only reasoning. But I hope it's a good game, and like Phil says, lots of people stay, but lots of people will bugger off after the main game, won't they? But we can talk about that another time. Sheffield by 4.
Have we all gone Sheffield?
I went Widnes.
You went Widnes, so that means I could go Sheffield then. By the way, we've just Aaron Smith out of the cup final for St Helens through suspension, being banned.
Yeah, 2 games.
2 game ban. I think Sheffield will win. I think Mark Aston is going to get to complete the circle. Win as a player, win as a coach. You know what? Like you said, 2 clubs who against all the odds are still fighting. May the best team win.
Might be a great occasion for them.
I hope it is. And don't be moaning, it's on at 5:30 and everyone's gone home and no one's watching it. 2 teams getting to play at Wembley. Be a big week for them.
And if you've got a ticket,
stay.
You can watch it.
Give it half an hour. See, you might think, hang on, this is a decent game. I'm going to stay. You never know. And you probably beat the traffic if you wait anyway. Knowing what it's like to get out of Wembley. Good luck to St Helens. Good luck to Warrington. Come on, Blake. Not playing your cards if you play. Thanks to Gary. Thanks to Phil. Thanks to Richard. Thanks to everyone who downloads the podcast. Thousands of you doing it. We do appreciate each and every one here. We will be back live from Wembley, I think, aren't we, this week?
Yes.
We'll see you then.
I'm going to ring Joffre.
Joffre?
Yeah.
Get him really angry.
Do you reckon he
Get
said
him
a tweet
really
in the past
angry.
about Scully?
Get him really angry. That's what I say. Pay good
Mr.
money.
Archer.
Pay good money for that.
Jeffrey.
How much do you charge, Mr. Archer?
Got a man
Just
in the
about
net
if you can
soon,
do an
not-
over at 100. If you do an over at 100.
This is like bonus content for the.
Yeah, what we
for the
should
podcast.
do, we'll get you on the Headingley on Thursday, you know, when he's warming up. When he's warming up. What do you reckon,
got a man in the
Scully?
net
That's
who
it,
wants
get
to
in
meet
line,
me.
get in line, get behind
Down
it.
there.
Eyes behind the ball, head over the ball,
I'm going to come
and
out.
pray.
Ball on the head.
I'm going to come out dressed like Robocop. all the steel stuff around and everything.
Oh well, what's happened there?
I'm going to come out like Robocop.